I'm gay, and my roommate seriously can't stand that. But why does he keep sleepwalking into my bed? My roommate Ethan made his feelings about me being gay crystal clear from day one. The guy would literally spray Lysol on door handles after I touched them, moved his toothbrush to the complete opposite side of the bathroom, and once threw away a perfectly good sandwich because I'd breathed near it. Just being careful, he'd say whenever I caught him mid-disinfection ritual. You never know what people carry. But here's where it gets weird. Every single night for 3 weeks straight, I'd wake up around 2 a.m. to Ethan sleepwalking into my room like some kind of homing pigeon. He'd climb into my twin bed, wrap his arms around me, and sleep peacefully until morning. The contradictions were driving me absolutely insane. During the day, this guy would literally jump backward if our hands accidentally touched reaching for the same coffee mug. At night, he'd spoon me like we were newlyweds on our honeymoon. I started keeping a mental log. Day Ethan wouldn't share an elevator with me. Night Ethan used my shoulder as a pillow for 6 hours straight. At first, I thought maybe he was just a natural sleepwalker who happened to be confused about room locations. But our dorm layout made that impossible. My room was at the complete opposite end of the hallway from his. He'd have to navigate 3 turns and walk past the bathroom to reach me. Plus, our other roommate Zach confirmed Ethan had never sleepwalked before I moved in. Dude sleeps like a rock, Zach told me. Never moves an inch all night. Last Tuesday, I decided to run an experiment. I deliberately left my laptop open with Grindr visible, knowing Ethan would see it when he got home from his evening jog. The reaction was immediate and dramatic. Ethan walked in, saw the screen, and went into full decontamination mode. He spent 2 hours cleaning every surface in our apartment with bleach, muttering under his breath about keeping diseases away and maintaining boundaries. He even threw out our shared bag of chips because I'd eaten from it earlier. Can't be too careful, he said, avoiding eye contact. That night, though, right on schedule, sleepwalking Ethan appeared at my bedside, but this time was different. Instead of his usual peaceful slumber, he was agitated, tossing and turning, mumbling incoherently. I caught fragments. No, can't, not supposed to like, and then, clear as day, I'm not like him, I'm not like him. The pieces suddenly clicked into place like a jigsaw puzzle solving itself. I started recording him with my phone, not to embarrass him, but to have proof of what was happening. The footage was surreal. This guy who acted like I was contaminated during the day, holding me like I was the most precious thing in the world at night. The next morning, I decided to end this charade once and for all. Ethan was making his usual post-workout protein shake, pointedly using a different blender because I'd made smoothies in ours yesterday. Ethan, I said, leaning against the kitchen counter, are you gay? The protein powder container slipped from his hands, exploding white dust across our kitchen floor. His face drained of all color like someone had pulled a plug. What? No, that's disgusting. Why would you even ask that? I pulled out my phone and showed him the video from last night. His face watching himself curl up against me, mumbling my name in his sleep. Because you keep sleep cuddling with the guy you supposedly find so repulsive. He stared at the screen for what felt like an eternity, his mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. I could practically see his internal walls crumbling in real time. Finally, his shoulders sagged in defeat. I've been fighting it for years, he whispered, voice barely audible. I thought if I acted disgusted enough, if I pushed those feelings down hard enough, they'd eventually disappear. My dad always said guys like that were wrong. Well, I said gently, your subconscious clearly has other plans. Ethan looked up at me with tears in his eyes. I'm so sorry. The cleaning, the comments, I was horrible to you. I was trying to convince myself more than anyone else. You were scared, I replied, but maybe it's time to stop running from yourself. That night, for the first time in weeks, Ethan knocked on my door while fully awake. Can we just talk? He asked, fidgeting with his hands. We talked until sunrise. About fear, about family expectations, about the exhausting weight of pretending to be someone you're not. 3 months later, Ethan came out to his parents. It didn't go well, but he said finally being honest felt like breathing for the first time in years. And yes, he still sleeps in my bed sometimes, but now he asks first.